Well, today kicks off a fun little experiment. We're in the middle of June here in Pennsylvania, and I'm going to be putting in a micro food plot. Now, I'm in the middle of the woods here, and when I say micro plot, I mean micro. We're talking maybe 20 feet wide by 30 or 40 feet long. I just got a brand new micro tiller that I was able to carry into this spot for this project. Although my wife might think this tiller's for her raised flower beds, I think it's going to work just right for this project. My plan is just to use the weed trimmer, a hand rake, and this micro tiller to put in this plot today. I invite you to follow along this project. It ought to be interesting to see if the deer are actually going to use this area. If I'm going to get any type of germination. I have very limited sunshine, especially in different spots in this small area. And again, it's in the middle of the woods, so there was no option of bringing a four-wheeler or side-by-side or anything like that in there. So this micro tiller is just the ticket. I was able to carry it in, although I'm a little bit sweated already. I'm going to start with the weed whacker, simply mow that all down, use the rake off some of the debris, and then we're going to get to work with the tiller. Well, I was able to work up quite a sweat already, but I got everything hit with the weed trimmer and it knocked it down pretty good. I came along then with a hand rake and raked everything off. My plan is actually to save that debris that I raked off of here and use that as mulch to cover the seed after I get this seeded. But before we get to any of that, we're going to have to do some tilling to work up this ground. I'm going to be using the Garden Trax. It's their 4-stroke model. I believe it's 37cc. I filled it with gas and put oil in it per the instructions, but I've yet to ever fire this thing up, so we'll see if we can even get it started and then what it does in this area. There's quite a bit of roots and rocks here that I've been seeing. I tried to pull some of them up by hand, so it might be a pretty tall task for this micro tiller, but we're going to see what it does. I am quite impressed. I got that entire area worked down to a beautiful seed bed. Tell you the truth, I was really debating between the 4-stroke model and the 2-stroke model they had available to be doing these micro plots. I mean my wife's flower beds. But this worked out great. I hit a couple of good sized rocks, actually jammed one in the machine at one point. The tines held up, didn't bend at all. And in fact, in 20 or 30 minutes, I have this area worked. I went a couple of different directions and again, have it worked down 3-4 inches of beautiful soil there. And again, this area was never worked before, so I'm flat out impressed with that small machine. So let's put some seeds down. I'm going to show you what I'm seeding. So for seeds, actually just going to be using some rye seeds, some cereal rye. Nothing special about this. This is not rye grass, but grain rye, and this will grow just about anywhere. Should give a really nice green up pretty quickly. Then I have about a pound of clover. This is mixed white and red clover. I actually use this on my crop fields also, so we're going to be spreading this down. We'll put both seeds down, just simply broadcasting by hand, simply because I have such a small area here. The seeder would almost be too big to fling the seed around. I'll throw this out by hand and then we'll rake it just lightly into the soil. So here's the final product. I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. Now we have to get some thunderstorms and some moisture in here to get that to germinate. Of course, you know me, I hung a trail camera over this area, so I'll be giving updates of if the deer find this and use it, and of course, if this even grows. I was also impressed with the Garden Trax. Did exactly what I wanted to. This is the 4-stroke model. They also have a 2-stroke model. I'll be placing links down in the description if you'd want more information or want to check one out for yourself. So this turned out to be a fun change of pace. I'm used to farming on a pretty large scale, especially compared to this. This is definitely micro farming. I'd love to hear from you, questions or comments, and especially input. Have you ever tried these micro plots before, and are they worth the time and effort to put in? Maybe what have you had success with in the past? What did you plant? How about the sunlight? Are we going to get enough sunlight and moisture in here to make this grow and to keep it going through this hot summer? Well, all those questions, time will tell. I'll definitely be doing updates here, and I got the trail camera. That's going to be interesting to see the activity here and to watch this plot as it grows. So as always, I want to hear from you. Try and get back to each and every one of you. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.